Hey everybody, welcome to another lesson of learning Japanese. Today we are going to cover how to express doing one verb without doing another verb. And the implication here is that the verb that you are doing is a verb that is commonly associated with doing that other verb, but in this case you are not doing that verb. Okay, so that may have been hard to understand, but basically we are using two verbs that are commonly performed together, but in this grammar construct we are expressing pretty vividly that we're doing one without doing the other. And in order to express that, we are going to use the negative nai form of verb 1 plus the particle de plus the second verb in whatever conjugation that is appropriate. And again, this is going to translate to doing that second verb without doing the first verb. And now before we go into some examples to get a way better idea of this, there are some things to be mentioned, and those things are that this grammar construct needs to have two conditions for it to be technically grammatically correct. The first condition is that the two verbs have to have the same subject. So that in itself is pretty intuitive. You wouldn't say that I did something without somebody else doing something else. That's kind of weird. You would say I did something without doing this other thing first or beforehand, and those two actions need to have the same subject for it to make a lot of sense. The second condition is that this grammar construct cannot be used more than once in the same sentence, because when we say we're doing something without doing something else, we kind of create a dynamic of subordination in that the something else is the subordinate action and the thing that we did is the primary action, and we can't make a subordinate dynamic in a sentence more than once. If that's a little too complicated to get your head around, basically the condition here is that we can't use this grammatical construct more than once in a sentence. Okay, so with all that said and done, now let's go into some examples. So for our first example sentence, we have the line "手を洗わないで食事した." And what this sentence is simply saying is I ate without washing my hand. If we break down the sentence bit by bit, first up we have te, which is hand or hands. We have the direct object marker o to mark hands as the action of, not the action, the direct object of the action that is about to occur or about to appear, and that is arawanaide. So awanai is going to be the nai form of the verb arao, which means to wash. Then we add on the particle de to awanai to make it awanaide, because this is what the grammar construct demands. So te o awanaide is going to translate to without washing my hands. Then after that we have the second verb, which is just going to be shokuji suru. It's a verbal noun, and it's simply in the past plain form shokuji shita. That's not really a grammar construct or anything, it's just the past conjugation, because the second verb can be in whatever conjugation is appropriate to express whatever you want to express. It's the first verb that needs to be in that naide form. So te o awanaide shokuji shita is going to translate to without washing my hands I ate, because shokuji suru means to eat. For our next example sentence, we have another simple line. We have ha o migakanaide nemashita. So if we break this sentence down bit by bit, first up we have the word ha, which is just teeth. After that we have the particle o to mark teeth as the direct object of the verb that's about to come, and that is migaku, which means to brush. But here migaku is in its nai form, which is migakanaide. So this means to not brush. And not brush what? We know what is. That's the teeth, because of ha and the o, the direct object markers. So ha o migakanaide is not brush teeth. Then we have the particle de added on to migakanaide to make it migakanaide, just like the grammar construct needs us to. So that part is going to translate into without brushing teeth, without brushing my teeth. Then after that we simply have the verb neru in its past polite tense, which is nemashita. So I slept. And then we add that on to the first part of the sentence. So without brushing my teeth, I slept, or I went to sleep. Ha o migakanaide nemashita. For our last example sentence, we have another simple one. We have Kare wa shawaar o abinaide demashita. So this translates to he left without taking a shower, basically. If we break down the sentence bit by bit, we have wa marking kare as the topic of the sentence. We have abinaide, and abinaide is going to be the negative nai form of the verb abiru, and abiru is commonly used with shower to mean shower, basically. So shower o abiru is going to be to shower. But here we have abinaide, and it's with the particle de to make it into this grammar construct, so it's going to be without showering. Then right after that, again, we have the verb that he actually did perform, which is deru. And deru means to basically go out or to leave, and here it's in its polite past tense. So demashita, and that means left or went out or departed. So if we combine that with the first part of the sentence, again we have Kare wa shawa o abinaide demashita, and that means without taking a shower, he left. So yeah, it's that simple. We are basically just using two verbs. We conjugate the first one in a certain way to make it mean without doing that verb, and then we leave the second verb in whatever conjugation it needs to be to prove that that one was in fact done but the first one wasn't. And to do that, we invoke the form nai form of the first verb plus the particle de plus the second verb in whatever form again to mean without doing the first verb, I or the subject, whoever the subject is, did the second verb. So without showering, I left. Without brushing my teeth, I went to sleep. Without washing my hands, I ate dinner. Something along those lines. And you can see how this is a pretty common grammar construct that will probably be well used in everyday conversation that you encounter. So yeah, very good thing to memorize.